So the advantage you've got is obviously the equity in your house. You definitely want to max out your SIP, your pension, basically your workplace pension or your private pension, to put the maximum amount of money in, because you get tax back into that. So basically the government's giving you free money and you'd want to use that to maximize. What you're actually asking also is a pension calculator, and there's quite a few great websites for that. If you put into Google Money Helper Pension Planner or Aviva Pension Planner or Vanguard Pension Planner, Standard Life Pension Planner, they've all got pension plans. Of course, what they want to do is sell you their product. The problem with their products is often two things. One is they generate far lower growth than you might be looking for. And even if you've got a more volatile risk appetite, they won't necessarily give you that. So that can be a problem. The other problem is they tend to keep you fully invested even in downward markets, like at the moment, where I've been selling out of the market to preserve capital for when the market bottoms and I can get back in and make a better return. I don't thankfully need to do that more than once every 5 years or so. So it's not active or timing. But if you're not bothered about doing that, then just keep an eye on the funds they put you in. Ask them what the historic performance of those funds was and how they did in 2022. Okay, because very often they'll talk about the narrative about how clever the fund manager is and how they're diversified and blah, 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 blah. But until they show you historic performance and specifically how they did in 2022, you won't have a full picture. And then ask them to show you the better performers, and ask them also why they don't just put you in an index tracker like an exchange traded fund. And the reason is they don't get enough fees for doing that. And ask them if they beat, for instance, I don't know, the FTSE All Share World Index, which is world equities, or the S&P 500. And they'll say, no, we're not tracking that. We're just tracking some tiny little benchmark. So be careful of the little sales tricks they use when you do it. Okay, thank you very much.